What's up, everybody? Happy Friday night. What's up to my chat room? What's going on, everybody? Let's see. Lumberjack and Easy E and Happy Honey, Big Bear. What's up, Light Moon and Starlight Spectrum and Ellie Wynn. Nice to see ya. And everybody else just join in. So I got a sunset moon. It's all pink outside. Looks awesome. It's a 58%, I think. Let's see. I have this set up already. 59. So I think I'm going to do a quick one, like an hour-ish, maybe a little bit more, the moon and Jupiter, and then go get some dinner and maybe do another later show. But I was too tempted. The moon is looking great. And there's this giant pareidolia face that I've been wanting to draw on for a long time. So I'm going to show you all that. Nice, Happy Honey. Big Bear's been playing Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. Definitely some classics. We used to play Rooster all the time on the acoustic, me and my buddy. And I really like... Oh, you were playing Fell... That's so funny, I was about to say Fell on Black Days. Burden in My Hand is a great song. And Limo Driver. Yo, Easy E, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Limo Wreck, right? Or Limo Driver? I can't remember. That was a great one. Alright, so this moon pareidolia face is something I have to rotate the camera for so that we can see the entire set, you know, the 58% half all the way across the screen. I'm going to do that real quick and I'll get to some drawing. Alright, so I rotated the camera. Let's pull up my MS Paint program. Can't believe I'm using MS Paint regularly. It's pretty funny. See how this works. Alright, so eyeball number 1. Eyeball number 2. That's a terrible nose. Let's try that again. I think you know where I'm going with this one. What's going on, Kimberly? How's it going? Ooh, you got locked out of your car? That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you have somebody on their way coming to help you. Alright, so that's my face in the moon. See if you can see it now. I'm going to remove the yellow lines. Alright, what's up everybody? I was just playing some tunes, getting groovy. So readjusted the moon. This is the upright position. And Genghis mentioned the India ISRO rover lander, and apparently yes. So I checked right before the show, and apparently, it did the proper separation, and it went to land, but it lost communications, and I think it was, yeah. I don't think they've actually regained communications with it. It's pretty much a bummer at this point, but I don't want to lose hope. Maybe they will. The other thing is that, again, there was no footage of it approaching the moon or debarking the lander. So I don't know. At the same time as it's like exciting, it's also the same old simulation render that they show. So maybe they'll show us the crash, but it's probably done. They were laying some flowers on the on the tombstone of this project. At the same time as I was watching that, I was thinking, like, why can't Elon Musk, like, just go up to the moon, or, like, just try weekly, every week, send a little CubeSat to the moon instead of our atmosphere? Should be able to. But we plow through another year, and our space agencies continue to disappoint, sadly. I don't feel like it's the engineers' fault. It's just like mission control or mission team leaders. Their priorities are all screwy. What's going on, Prow? Oh, and I want to say what's up to Joe as well. What's going on, Joe? If you're new, thanks for hanging out with us, and check out playlists in the description of the video for info and other links. So I'm just taking a little bit of Terminator footage here. It looks really cool at 58%. What are the notable craters? I'm trying to find them for us. So you can see the two kind of claws that are coming out at the top. That's from the Apennine mountain range and the Alpine mountain range up top. Let me scribble a little bit. Yeah, super mellow vibes tonight, Starlight, as always, but even more so because it's Friday. What's happening, Miguel? Good to see you, bud. Alright, where's my scribbly thing? Ah, there we go. Pink. And alright, so that's the Alpine mountain range. And this is the Apennine mountain range, the Montes Apenninus, Apennines, all of that. All right, and then right here is Mare Imbrium. So Plato is going to be here, and Sinus Iridum is over here. It goes around. See if I can name these craters. Got Archimedes, Aristillus, Autolycus, and yeah, that's looking right. And then I'll move downwards. Alright, let me switch this playlist. Something a little different. Yo, what's going on? Eat all your fish. Just waiting for some clouds, and I was just going to show y'all the rest of these. And then we'll take a quick trip to Jupiter. So I showed you all the top region. Now let's just move a little bit south. The paint thing coming? There it is. Okay. Sorry, I'm still learning how to do this properly. So this right here, I want to say is per back. I'm going to just double check that. Yeah, so that's per back, and right here, this is Walter. That's Walter crater. And then our Zatchel. And then finally, Albectenius. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Shane? Welcome. So I'm just hanging out over here with the moon, just having a quick smoke, and seeing all this really interesting atmospheric distortion and jittering. I'm wondering just if we'll see another wave. I don't know why I feel that way, but I'm going to stick on this wide shot for a second, and then we'll go check out Jupiter. Like I said yesterday, go check out the show. I can actually sync up the playlist again, but yesterday I referenced on the show that I think that lunar waves or Saturn and Jupiter waves could be bow shock or like shock waves from a sonic boom. And I found I put together a playlist that kind of shows this, and I'm going to make a video as well. But for now, I shall share the playlist. Am I on the moon? I'm not on the moon. Florida is definitely not the moon. Genghis says I have to deal with mosquitoes. Luckily tonight they've been pretty lenient. Shane, I don't know what you mean by debunked, but I'll post the link here and you can see that there are 10 different instances of people capturing it with different cameras, and it's definitely not airplane trails. So unless it's something else, and I don't even know what debunked means. The people who think that I and a dozen other people are moving their cameras and creating these so-called waves is just idiotic to me. Also, I always capture them live. I've caught 5 so far, and every single time I've been live and people have seen it. So it would be very common if it were a camera glitch. Anyway, here is the link to Yo, peace out, eat, catch you later. So, I hope I don't sound testy in the chat. I know that chat sometimes makes people sound weird. They don't even mean to. I'm just saying that, yeah, like, caught it twice actually 3 times in 2016. Once in February, I think once in like May, and then again August. And then recently, or last year, I got the Jupiter wave, and then just this past week I got the Saturn wave. And I'm putting these in air quotes because I don't think it's necessarily a wave, although you could describe it that. So Shane's asking, so why doesn't Crow like calling it a lunar wave? I agree. Like, for me, I can tell you what I think about it. I know that the conspiracy circles are like hologram or like secret stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's that. For a while I was thinking it was like atmospheric, like plasma layers, and it still could be that. It could be like a Birkeland current, magnetic in our magnetosphere, some sort of distortion. But when you look at the playlist that I have with 10 lunar waves from everybody, from even Crow, but other people, watch all of those. It's very quick. And then at the end of that, you'll see 2 videos. One of them is a guy trying to debunk the lunar wave using a high-speed video of an explosion giving off a sonic boom, which is a double wave. And then the other video is Smarter Every Day. And you'll see about 2 minutes into the video, they shoot a bullet in high speed. And after the bullet trails, after the spiral, you see this double wave thing that looks just like the lunar wave to me. So I don't know for sure, but so far I think it's something similar to that. But it also could be atmospheric. But I can definitely tell you it's not a hologram. Actually, no, I can say 99% it's not a hologram, because it might be. But 99%. And then 2, I can tell you it's not airplane trails, because airplane trails spiral and are turbulent and create a totally different type of distortion than these very fine, defined refractions. And then they're always 2. It's never 3 or 4. And it's definitely not cameras, because it's been filmed by everybody with different cameras. It's also been filmed with the camera moving. So those are my thoughts. I don't think space is necessarily water, but I've talked to Crow. I respect Crow's opinion, but I have different opinions about what it is. Also, the firmament is easily defined by a plasma layer, which is basically a magnetic shell where matter is pulled, and it's a very thin, basically almost invisible layer along a magnetic, like our magnetosphere, that's moving and pulsing. And if you look at the Sapphire Project video, you'll see that. And so I think that could be confused with, or misinterpreted. The firmament, could be misinterpreted as these plasma shells. So it all falls in line with the language, even of the kind of... Anyway, the deep conspiracy stuff can be explained using plasma pretty easily, actually. And definitely not, it doesn't indicate government conspiracy, hologram, or flat Earth. The lunar wave has nothing to do with that, in my opinion. I'm gonna get you all some moons of Jupiter. I've been talking, but I got it set up. Sorry, I'm laughing pretty hard over here. Oh man, Slave Chappelle and he's half cloned. What's going on, Howard Ewing? I think you left a comment, so welcome to the stream. And Shane says, let's see them waves. You want to see Jupiter waves? I don't know. Let's see, man. Let's zoom in here. So yeah, this is the widest shot. So this is the Sony Alpha 6500, an extender tube, a focal reducer 6.3, and then the 8-inch scope. So it's like the widest possible shot. So I'm going to start zooming in a bit closer, but I'm wondering, maybe I'll hit the moon first, and then we'll zoom into the moon, then move back to a closer Jupiter. So funny. Val McCartney, or Fall McCartney. How do you even say that? It's pretty funny. Just body swapping. They got clones of everybody underground. They're like just waiting for you to die so you can like be swapped out. If I had a video game system, that's what I'd probably set up. And then make a movie about it. Get Jordan Peele to make a movie about it. Let's drive. Foul. I want to say it's like foul stench. Foul McCartney. Exactly. on, Corey? Outdoor Corey. Nice to see you, bro. Hope everybody's doing and feeling great tonight. So we're back at the moon. I got rid of the extender, and you can see a nice portion that's, let's see, 42% on the left. On the right is 58 point something, and so I guess the other one's 47. Wait, am I doing the math right? Wait, let me double check this. It's probably a little bit less than that. So this is, the moon's at, yeah, so it's 40.6% on the left. And you can see really some cool features and also stars. So stars on the top left, and then stars to the left, stars to the right. So many things. The one to the right is 52 Ophiuchus, or HIP 86060. So finally a named star, and then sounds good, Corey. Same thing here, Friday night especially. So what is this star? This one should be bright enough to have a name. Yeah, this is HIP 86352A. So a couple of really bright stars around the moon and the dark side. Now the moon is waxing right now. I was just saying that the portion on the left is basically 100 minus what it is right now, which is 59.4% illuminated. So the Earthshine portion is 40.6. I just want to flag these couple of regions. Hey, you're welcome, Kimberly and Starlight. Yeah, waxing gibbous. All right, where's my little paint program? Oh, I still got my arrows. So this region right here, that's the Apennine mountain range from Mare Imbrium, kind of sneaking in, doing this very cool like smile, or I don't know, just a cool, looks like a fractal curve. Really, if you kind of squint at the whole Terminator, you'll see a very fascinating line. Quiet me. Some tunes in the background. Yo, what's going on? Relic, Red Rum. What's going on? Gloria Compton. Welcome, everybody. So the past few nights I've been sketching or telestrating on the moon. It sounds gross, but which is just drawing. And I'm using MS Paint and a chroma key filter to do this, but I only have a limited amount of room, so you can see at the top, I can't reach the top, but it's been really helpful. So I can kind of draw this line around the Terminator, and we'll see next to it. This is also really fun for me. see here. These kind of floating specks. These are not really floating, they're just high peaks glinting through on the Earthshine portion. This is sometimes what I wonder if people who think that there are stars that appear through the darkened portion of the moon, I think maybe they see things like this and think that it's translucent. I could be wrong. Yo, what's going on, V-Smart? Oh, your flight got delayed? That's awesome, you get to see the stream from the airport. So these are the skies above you, in real time. It's very hazy, but I feel like it's the moon right in between Jupiter and Saturn, kind of causing some really cool energies to flow. Of course I misunderstood True Man Zoo, who was just lurking or just joining. Anyway, this is a perfect opportunity to see the dark side of the moon as opposed to the far side, which is the side we never see, and also see some stars at the same time. And potentially this Ophiuchus star will move behind the moon, and perhaps we'll see some stars on the left side also. Alright. So I'm thinking let's do some close-ups of the moon and then head over to Jupiter for a second. Or Saturn, sorry. And then Jupiter for a second look. It would be great if... Whoa. It would be great if we could get the Great Red Storm. It's so hard to judge the distance. Like, any bit closer, it's going to peak. Any further, I dip out too low. Holding it steady. Starlight Spectrum says, I've gotten lost with certain topics here and there, but love the vibes and vibing we're doing. That's all that really matters, ultimately. Also, the material is not one of those things that, you know, you just get on the first try. It's one of those things that's like a practice. It's like meditation or yoga or an instrument. You just learn science and interpretation of the world over time, over a lifetime. At least that's what I think. I hope I'm not buffering 10 seconds for everybody. It is also prime time right now, like 10 p.m. 9 and I'm gonna toast to y'all while these clouds move through. The blazing hazen. Genghis Khan says, yeah, they say lunar dust can move around due to static electricity even though there is no wind to disturb the surface. So think about what they call wind. They say wind currents. Like, even the interpretation of wind really has a deeper meaning, which is that electrical charge probably causes things that we call wind, and charge induction and density in the sky and the plasma and the ether, whatever you want to call it. This is also probably what solar wind is, and the wind on Earth is a different type of wind, but it's all ultimately the same thing, electric current. And so electrostatic dust levitation on the moon seems totally possible, and I think we're seeing it even now. Like, you see Mare Crisium, you'll see Proclus to the left of it glowing really brightly. They attribute that, even NASA attributes that to electrical craters and electrostatic dust levitation, along with outgassing, which is basically ions being stripped off the surface electrically, right? It comes back to the same thing for me. Aristarchus, even Copernicus, when, right now we can't see Copernicus, it's just behind the Terminator. But as Copernicus shows up, you'll see that at certain phases, it's almost completely blurred out because of the dust. And I didn't think it was the dust because I didn't think those reports were correct. Or I thought those reports were all correct, and they said there's no atmosphere, and I hadn't seen the electrostatic dust levitation, and I didn't think the moon was electric years ago. But now it's so obvious that that's what's going on. Same thing with Mars, like the electric dust storms last year when we were trying to do opposition. And I bet Jupiter and Saturn exhibit similar types of electrostatic type surface events that make them harder to see or make them less clear. Yeah, kind of knock on wood, but Dorian didn't send nary a storm. Just a couple of little rain clouds here and there. Yeah, still in South Florida, but it's cooking with the heat, the radiating heat from the cone of uncertainty. Spooky language. But thank you for asking. True man, I'll check in a second. I had it overexposed for quite a while, so let's see some detail, and then I'll try and overexpose it again and we'll check. Yeah, nothing major, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't send some good vibes out to the Bahamas, Bahamanians, and the Carolinas, and anyone else who suffered from this. But I'm sure there's so many other places on the world as well that are suffering some sort of terrible fate or terrible situation. We'll send some cosmic joy and some hazy blaze out to the rest of our entity. So I wanted to, may as well, since all of y'all are here, we'll do some drawing, some simple drawing, because this is really how you do it. You just repeat and you make sure you're doing it right and have people watching. So I just want to show the geometry of the moon. Please stop me or ask me to repeat something if you want, but it's really simple stuff. It's just that for a long time you've heard people talk about lunar craters or craters on other bodies, and the idea is that the moon about 4.5 billion years ago went through this stage of bombardment. So massive amounts of meteors struck the moon's surface to create these mares and all the surface features. So that's the story, and you see this in a simulation on NASA Goddard's site or the YouTube channel, and this is really the main explanation. And secondarily, they say that the original moon came from the Earth via collision. So for a lot of years I was like, how do you even question that? How do you even get other types of data? But I think the data is really simple when you understand what the implications of what that theory means, or what that theory implies, which is that the craters, or not just the craters, but mainly these large features, so Mare Crisium, Sea of Serenity, Sea of Tranquility, Sea of Nectar, Sea of Mare Fecunditatis, this whole darkened region was supposed to have been blasted out by an impact. And these are regions that are like up to 600 to 800 kilometers across that I'm going to sketch on right now. And I'll show some geometry. So first, hexagon on Mare Crisium. You can kind of see this is Proclus, very bright white, outgassing or electrostatic dust levitation or electrical remnants with arcs coming out in a very geometric, almost like a flux capacitor. And then to the left of it, it almost mirrors it. And then Mare Tranquillitatis kind of has this hexagonal form. Of course, the bottom is cut a little bit with this other region, but it really would extend like that way. Almost looks like a baseball field. And then at the top, shared walls. So MS Paint, that's where it limits. Oh, mosquitoes are biting me, damn. Etch-a-Sketch, Etch-a-Mare. Yeah. So that's some geometry, and then right here, I mean, definitely smudgier edge, but you can see some geometry right here. That's Mare Nectaris. I mean, that curves around a little bit. And then this is very angular right here. That's partially Mare Fecunditatis, and then Langrenus crater, Mare Marginis, and these regions that are called pyroclastic regolith deserve some attention because it kind of bubbles outwards. It looks like it's boiled. And Mare Undarum over here that I talk about all the time. So, what's going on, Mary? Nice to see you. Says, who is that to the upper right of Luna? Is it Venus? That? Let me check. I think it's Jupiter to the right and Saturn to the left. Jupiter should be like at the 3-4 o'clock of the moon, and Saturn should be at the 9 or 10 o'clock, almost same kind of distance away. Let me just check the chat here and take a screenshot because I'm going to erase this if you want. If you'd like to take a screenshot, take it now because I'm going to erase it in a few seconds. I'll give you a couple. Ellie Wynn says, I'm not feeling the bombardment theory of the moonage. So I always thought that was a little bit problematic because, thanks for keeping me on track as well. So the idea here is that these huge regions were actually hit by a large rock, right? About 4.5 billion years ago. So the issue that I have with that is that you see this kind of very distinct growth pattern, cellular diffusion, reaction diffusion, honeycomb, like packed circles basically that border on each other and then push and create straight walls. And you see it all over the moon. There's a ton of geometry. Geometry indicates, for me, fractalism and organized content, organized matter. And I feel like these regions were grown. They either were wet mud or hot mud and kind of dried out into these kind of very geometric features, or they were zapped with electrical discharge, creating these same kind of features because electricity will leave its imprint. I'll show you what I mean when I say zapped. So like, obviously very far away, you'd have Mars, like 1 million miles, let's say, 2 million miles. Right now, Mars is about 50 million miles away, and the moon is 250,000 miles away, roughly. I know it's like 269, but So 250,000 miles versus 50 million miles. But let's say Mars was like 1 million miles away from the moon, and it was next to Venus, the comet, or it was being charged differently. It was in a different part of space, or our sun was more charged. And so Mars, basically, Mars is cut out and carved like crazy. So Mars and the moon would have like electrical interaction at a distance. It doesn't have to be like that close, but 1 million miles is way closer than Mars is right now. And Mars is really volatile, as we've seen with the Martian, I was going to say the Russian dust storms, the Martian dust storms. So that's how I envision it. So these arcs would be, hundreds of thousands of kilovolts and creating bubbling surface features. And then once they disconnected, they would leave these signatures, like little craters on the edge of larger features or larger craters, central peaks, flat-floored craters with sinuous rills, hexagonal craters, any number of things that we see that I've been trying to show y'all. And it makes so much more sense that there would be some sort of interaction like that versus the moon going through this period where it's being hit by objects that would literally destroy it and would not leave perfectly geometric shapes that interact with one another on a larger geometric scale. Like all this is packing, which means the surface feature came together all at once. And it's still glowing, which means it's still very active at those little regions. Anyway, that's a little bit about how planets, or even the Earth instead of Mars, may have interacted with the moon, creating these features. It's just a theory, but it makes a lot more sense than the moon being this specific age that no one can really verify. And the reason you can't verify it is because when you date the lunar rocks and Earth rocks, there's a lot of speculation in that. I know people think that sounds crazy, but if you really check how far back you can date, it roughly goes to about 50,000 years, and then everything after that, you're basically extrapolating. So extrapolating half-life radioactive decay of potassium and plutonium, you'll really see that there's a lot of math that just is ad hoc to create these extended life cycles, these long age determinations. I know that it falls under this kind of conspiracy creationism rabbit hole, but dating the Earth, dating any types of objects on Earth, really you have to take into account a lot of different things, like the electric charge of our atmosphere, the size of Earth, gravity, electromagnetism in our atmosphere, our poles, nitrogen in the atmosphere, how half-lives are affected by electric discharge, and a lot of different other things like that. And to add to that, you have tests being done now on lava that actually reports, millions of years old from lava that is coming up today. And so you have a lot of discrepancies in these tests. Do I know specifically? Probably no, but it sounds like there's more work to be done. And for me to shut up for a second, play some tunes. Damn, a lot of comments. Please let me know if I missed anything that you want me to see. I think it's time to take a look at Saturn. I don't know, Ellie. Do not know. Face the stormy weather.
is calling, a souvenir, a soon's rescue, a hot remain. Left fixing the phone, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Flow, the moon is calling, a souvenir, a soon's rescue, a hot remain. Left fixing the phone, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Flow, the moon is calling, a souvenir, a soon's rescue, a hot remain. Left fixing the phone, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts.
say me? Hold on, I'll let you sing. So, right here, love this shot of Mare Imbrium kind of curling around the Apennine mountain range and the Alpine mountain range at the top, Mare Frigoris above that, and then Mare Imbrium hosting Archimedes. Actually, let me sketch while I do this. Moon sketch coming through. Who else did I not say hi to? I think I say hi 24/7. What's up 24/7? And Miguel, peace out. Take care. And let me know if I missed you. I missed you so much. It's gonna be a ride, moonshiny day. I really need to warm up. All right, let's do some catch in the background while I head on over to Jupiter. We'll see what's going on. There's a nice alignment of moons tonight. And I think Saturn might be visible. The clouds have been kind of rolling, but it looks clear. Looks clear now. I did leave home at 17.
Tell you, was living the dream. What could I do for a while? I played the field. How could I prove the hidden yield without the blues to hear? My heart was cool. Residue. it's going. I'm counting on good times, and nowhere sounds pretty good to me. I'm staying with the dream I make believe, the light of the moon. Flowers to your heart, the light of the moon. Flowers to your heart, the light of the So welcome to the greatest show on earth. It wasn't a lively intervention. One of favorites since birth. The longest chair in my confession. And if you speculate the worth of a lifetime in search of good intentions, you'll find out what to do. If you don't land and you're screwed, you'll burn in search of the truth. The dream I make believe, the light of the moon. Flowers to your heart, the light of the moon. Flowers to your heart, the light of the
Alright, just hopping on. I feel like I missed something. Let me know who's leaving, who's coming, who's going. I'm gonna head back to the moon real quick. I'm chasing clouds right here for a second, but I think it'll be fine momentarily. But I'm very happy with my snack tonight. I was very prepared. Oh, hell yeah, Ellie. Ellie says Wingsley is so enjoying the music and he wants me to dance with him. And the other two are sleeping, I guess because of the high humidity. Wingsley says, oh. I wonder if he says that. I've definitely heard some cats who want to howl. Howl meow. Howl meow, cow. I'm feeling goofy, but it's like 1,000% humidity right now. And I got headphones on, which are amplifying the magnetism through my brain. It's a wonder I'm functioning at all. But happy Friday. And check this out, we got some back at the moon that looks like it's clear. We'll check some storage outside. I'm gonna play this back because I like this track. And we'll do a little bit of zoomage. The remote, honestly, is like either 1, 3, or 9. Nothing in between. So 3 is way too slow to jump from the moon to Jupiter. So 9 is like that. Just jumps so rapidly. I always have to make that call. I know it might seem annoying, but anyway, Jupiter with a 3x before it gets too low. And I want to just check in with the chat room. What's happening, everybody? The moon's going to look amazing. I just was checking the 3x magnification with that crater, but also that crater had very interesting pointed edges, the rim. The Bacon planet, exactly. Bacon peephole from another universe. No, I don't believe that. Probably something like plasma with some sort of geometric core. So I can draw a little bit of that magnetic field at least. Does my explanation not suffice? Let's see. Can I really draw? There we go. Oh, not right. Why is that happening? Alright, I might have to move this over. Okay, there we go. Sweet magnetic fields. And ultimately that's not right. But they extend outwards. And then charge particles or charge induction goes in and out. Trying to mess with some cosmic electric circuit stuff.
Eat up a shell, swirl of the storm, cause of the light. You are the door. Made up of shells, eye of the storm, cause of the love. You are my light. Made up of shells, magnetic light, claws of the force, gracefully made up of shells.
looks like love might lose, it eventually wins. So this is a really cool setup with this crater with a long shadow and the kind of pyramidal, the eye at the top. I want to say this is escaping me. Damn. I'm gonna find it. I want to say it's Walter, but I could be wrong. Let's check. Walter. I don't know why I'm having a tough time identifying it right now. Oh, wait, is that it? It's so weird. Give me one more minute. I'll figure it out. Out, Ryan. I'm stewed a little bit, but I don't know why it looks so different from the Atlas. I'm just trying to find some standard point that I can find and scrub. It looks like Albategnius, and then I think I'm in the right region, but the lighting looks so different. Anyway, I think it's Walter Crater, or thereabouts. Of course, the clouds have moved in. Chances are ruined. Too many things going on. Also, it's really one of those things in the other, you'll see when I have AC running on the other front porch, my brain works a lot better. Right now, definitely being stewed by the RF and the MW. How long have we gone for? 2.5 hours. I'm gonna step outside for a moment, check the weather. Sorry, that was abrupt, but just wanted to hop on. Just playing around here with the settings, trying to get some earth shine. That's a little too bright. But I got this little spooky ghost frowny face that I want to just draw on because it's opportunity. Always take advantage to graffiti things. Where is my cursor? There's my cursor. I definitely need some background music. Oh man, so damn hot. We got Jupiter and Saturn flanking the moon. The trifecta of energies coming down pretty strong. Trying to pick a song that I haven't played yet. What about this? Alright, my peeps. I think that's it for me. Jupes is set. The moon is basically clouded out, and so is probably my brain at this point. Been going for a while. 3 hours, 10. I really appreciate it. Again, everybody, great vibes tonight. Spreading some kindness, some space awareness. Both a cheer and a jeer for the ISRO rover. We'll see if it comes back to life, but it would have been nice to get some photos of it failing. So, quick shot of Kronos, Saturn, to take us out. So you can see Titan, Rhea, Dione, and Tethys, and Eyepieces all the way to the right, which is great. And some stars. Duplicate to tick cat toe. I'm all about the cat puns tonight. Cat Sylvania. Somebody's got to make that with what's his name again? I want to say Altair, but it's not Altair. It's Castlevania is Belmont. Damn it. Catmont. Bell Meow. Simon Bell Meow, for sure. In Castlevania. See, can I get a pun on a name? Let's see. Yeah, so I got on today and I was like, Chandrayaan 2, I hope they landed. I really wanted them to land. I'm not an naysayer like that, but it does bug me that we get so little footage. It's just all still, the rendering stuff and a lot of pomp and then a lot of excuses, but not a lot of pictures. However, I'm sure the engineers who worked on it probably were pretty bummed out. We'll see who goes next. Captivating. It's very captivating tonight. Starlight says, this has been healing and what's helped. Sorry, I can barely read. Has helped with my healing immensely within the past 2 months. I'll never question how any of this happened. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate you and all of y'all hanging out, cooking, steaming, racing through space, connecting and reconnecting with space in a way that is ownable and your own and not reliant upon any space agencies. Quick reminder to check out the description of this video and the Electric Universe if you're interested. Shockwave can tell you more, I'm sure, but yeah, description for, let's see, I'll give a quick shout out to everybody, because when you say it, it matters. Put out for Electro TerraVision and Electric Universe Eyes, and Greg J and Kronos, and the Electric View, of course, and I'll probably be hanging out with the gents and everybody, the crew, on Sunday at the Electric View, so go give them a like and subscribe and tune in. See the Pattern and Suspicious Observers, Sky Scholar, Billy Elverton, Too Tough 2, and many others, so check out the links. Halton Arp, Velikovsky, Feline Fine, exactly. There was another one earlier, what was it? It was, I don't know, it'll come to me, but I love the kitties. But I don't own one, or I just don't have the kind of, I guess, discipline to have a full-time cat forever. But I have cat sat, and I like that. How can you not have fun with a cat around? Actually, I'll take that back. I've had a couple of cats that sucked. That was so mad. Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy, and it's been a fun show. All right, everybody, 11:23, one more song, and oh right, exactly, Duplicat reminds me, Sapphire Project, of course, and I think, what is it, David and Wal Thornhill. I love Paul Warnhill and his assessment of the lunar wave, no, of the Sapphire Project. So David Talbot and Wal Thornhill, that's going to be great. Today they put out a video with Donald Scott and the Electric Sun. Watched that a few times. That's a lot to sink in, but you know, he also has, the thing I noted is that Pierre-Marie Robitaille, Sky Scholar, has a different view on the Electric Sun than Donald Scott, and I'm curious to see like the different comparisons. What's happening? Rick Dangerous, Johnny Dangerously. All right, I'm totally delirious, you can tell. So we'll do some Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and maybe one day we'll have a free and open space program. Here's hoping. Thanks Ellie Wynn and the cats. Happy Honey Big Bear, take it easy. Rick Dangerous, take care. Shockwave Rick, talk to you soon. Howard Ewing, watch out for the wall Martians, excellent. Duplicat, I'll cat you soon. Cat you on the flip. Starlight Spectrum, have a great night. Feel great, feel fine. Miguel, stay safe and have an awesome night. Be smart. Thanks for starting to hang out, and hope you had a good night. Cognitive Dissonance, thanks for chilling. Kimberly Schick, and I'm just rolling fast. Who else? True Man Zoo is here, I know. Hemp Alchemy. That's all I got. Take care, everybody. I shall catch you very soon. Genghis Khan. Remember, there's so much madness and pain. We gotta carve out a tiny piece of kind for everybody to feel, even if it's a few of us. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay cool.